Good day to my beloved lecturer, Madam Nimala, and everyone. Today, our group will be presenting about the Assure Instructional Design Model and how it can be applied in our lesson plan. I will begin with the definition, a short history of the model. The definition of Assure. The Assure model is an instructional design framework that helps teachers systematically plan and deliver lessons. The name Assure is actually an acronym. It stands for Analyze Learner, State Objective, Select Method, Media and Materials, Utilize Media and Materials, Require Learner Participation, and Evaluate and Revise. This step-by-step process ensures that lessons are learner-centered and interactive and effective. A short history. The Assure model was developed in 1990s by Heineck, Molenda, Russell, and Smaldino as part of their work in educational technology. It was created to help teachers integrated media and technology into their teaching in a structured way, making lessons more engaging and relevant to students' needs.
Now, let's move on to the advantages of Assure. One of the strengths of the Assure model is that it is very learner-centered. Teachers analyze learners' characteristics such as their age, their backgrounds, and learning styles before designing the lesson. Another advantage is that the model strongly encourages active student participation. Students are not just passive listeners, but are also engaged through activities, discussions, or use of media. The Assure model also promotes systematic planning because it requires teachers to think carefully about the objectives, resources, and evaluation method. Finally, it supports the integration of technology and media into the teaching, which is highly relevant in today's classroom.
Moving on to the disadvantages of Assure, of course, there are also some disadvantages. The model can be time-consuming because the teachers need to go through each step in detail. Also, it assumes that teachers always have access to media and technology, which might not be the case in some schools. However, these limitations are quite minor compared to many benefits, especially the focus on learners and also engagement.
Okay, now I'm going to explain about the first two steps of Assure instructional model. The first step is Analyze Learner. In this lesson, the pupils are 9 years old, which is in year 3, and they come in mixed linguistic backgrounds where some people speak English at home while some don't. And their abilities in the classroom are mixed, with mostly an average level and some at lower level, so the lesson must cater to the different needs. And by analyzing these characteristics of the pupils, the lesson can be designed to match the learner's strengths and support the challenges. Next, the second step is state objective. For this lesson, the objectives are written based on the Year 3 DSKP learning standards. So by the end of these lessons, pupils should be able to describe objects, describe people and objects using suitable words and phrases, and they also can connect sentences using basic coordinating conjunctions. So these objectives is based on the speaking skills and writing skills. So these objectives are clear, measurable, and student-centered, which directly follow the DSKP requirement for Year 3 and ensuring that the teaching and assessment are aligned with the national curriculum standards. In short, analyzing the learner helps teachers understand their background, abilities, and learning styles while stating objectives that ensure the lesson has clear, achievable target based on the DSKP. Together, these two steps lay the foundation for an effective lesson using the Assure model.
So now we move on to the next step, which is select methods, media and materials. For this lesson, my goal is to teach prepositions of place, right? Words like in, on, under, next to, and also between, which are the DSKP objective to year 3 pupils. So I chose this Assure instructional design model because it guides me to match every learning activity and also media with my students' abilities, while ensuring technology is used purposefully. So for the select method, media and materials step, I combine 3 methods, which is a video based instruction, which is a short clip from theme 12 in, on, under to grab attention and give a clear model of correct preposition use. The next one is interactive AR, for students to explore 2 AR rooms. The first room shows furniture with ready-made questions, bubbles for guided practice. The second room is an open room where the people create their own sentences. And the last one is a creative follow-up, which means the pupil will design their own dream bedroom, draw furniture, and also it helps them transfer what they learn into personal context. So the next one, the media. I use a digital video, the AR platform, and printed drawing sheets. These different media appeal to visual, auditory, and also kinesthetic learners, and they also support pupils of mixed abilities. And finally, the materials. I will need a laptop, projector, and tablet with internet access. The AR room files are preloaded, and I also prepare drawing paper and colored pencils. So this careful selection ensures that the lesson is multisensory, engaging, and accessible for all students. So the next step, I move on to the next step, which is utilize media and materials, which is about preparing and applying everything in class. I break this into 3 parts, which is preparation, implementation, and also adaptation. For preparation, before class, I test the video and also my 2 AR room on all devices that I wanted to use. So I check the Wi-Fi connection, I preload the AR rooms, and I also prepare extra drawing sheets and markers, and also set up the projector for the opening video. So for the implementation, which is during the lesson, I begin with a short video clip and pause it to ask the student like, where is the book, to activate prior knowledge. So then the students move into the first AR room, where they click on furniture objects and choose the correct preposition from the question bubble that I have assigned. So next, they explore the second AR room. They will pick any object and create their own preposition sentences. For example, the book is on the shelf. Finally, the follow-up activity, pupils draw their own dream bedroom and describe where their furniture is placed. And the last one is adaptation. I also plan for flexibility. If any student struggles with AR controls, I provide peer support and also audio support. I also for pupils with lower English proficiency, I also prepare a simple preposition word bank with visuals to help them write their own sentences. So I think this select method, materials and media, and also utilize these are focuses on learner analysis, technology integration, and also critical assimilation move toward a technology-driven and digital academy. So I move on to the next step.
Now, let's move on to E, which is evaluate and revise. It's the check and fix step basically. You finish your project, right? Lesson or plan. Now you take a step back to see how it went and how you can make it better for the future use. So to break it down, evaluate, which is the check, is basically looking back to see if you have reached your goal or not. And a simple question that make you think about this is, did it work? And how you can do this is by looking at the results. So for example, did the students pass the test? Did the student understand what the preposition is or not? So once you've gotten your feedback, after asking your students what they like and what they didn't like, or what they understood and what they didn't understand, compare and contrast to what you have wanted in the beginning. Now, let's move on to R, which is revise. So it is basically using what you have learned, your check, to make improvement. And the simple question is, what can I do better next time? How you can do this is by, if something didn't work, you have to change it. If something worked really well, do more of it. So you update your plan for the future to make it constantly better and better. So a simple analogy that I can give, basically a metaphor, it's like following a recipe to cook a meal. So evaluate the check after you cook it, you taste it. Is it too salty? Is it cooked properly? Then revise, fix. If it was too salty, you know to use less salt next time. You've just revised your recipe for the future. The main idea is that you never just finish a project and forget about it. You always learn from it to improve, and that is what Assure is all about.